It's starting to feel like Cardi B is watching Stefon Diggs drift right back into the past, and the tension around that is getting impossible to ignore. We're not just going to unpack that situation today, but I'm also about to drop real proof about Latto and 21 Savage because people keep flooding my comments claiming she's over there faking a pregnancy moment with some AI trick making it look like his hand was on her stomach. That's honestly humiliating. And Latto already posted real footage of her and 21 Savage filming that music video, and baby, that scene was way too real to be AI. Now let's shift back because this is where it gets uncomfortable. Look at Stefon Diggs' little boy. Isn't he adorable? But at the same time, it makes me think about Cardi B's baby that nobody has really seen yet. I keep wondering what that little boy actually looks like and why everything around this situation feels so hidden. But anyway, today Stefon Diggs decided to upload a picture of himself wearing that same belt with Snoop on it, and let's not sit here and pretend we didn't notice that belt before. He wore it when he was heading to the Super Bowl, and moments like that don't just happen randomly. That belt isn't fashion. That belt feels personal. And when you connect it back to everything surrounding him lately, it starts to look like a message instead of an outfit. So when he posts that picture today, the timing feels suspicious, especially when people already believe he's still emotionally tied to his past, while Cardi B is standing right there in the middle of all the chaos. And if you pay attention, the internet didn't react quietly either. People immediately started comparing the symbolism, the timing, and the silence from Cardi B, and that silence feels louder than anything she could actually say. Because when something is truly over, you don't keep repeating the same details, the same memories, the same little hints that everyone else can clearly see. And the more this unfolds, the more it looks like Stefon Diggs isn't trying to move forward at all. It feels like he's trying to hold on to two worlds at the same time, and that never ends peacefully. That's why this story suddenly feels heavier than gossip. It feels like someone is going to get hurt emotionally, and people are starting to believe that someone might be Cardi B. Because think about it for a second. Every time she steps into a situation, the spotlight gets stronger, the pressure gets louder, and the expectations get impossible. And when the man next to you keeps sending mixed signals without saying a single word, that pressure turns into something darker. Now go back and look closely at everything Stefon Diggs has been posting lately. None of it feels random anymore. The pictures, the timing, the symbolism, the energy behind it all feels deliberate, almost like he knows people are watching and he wants them to notice. And that's exactly why fans are starting to believe this isn't just about old memories. It's about control. It's about attention. It's about keeping people emotionally invested while the truth stays hidden. And the more this situation grows, the more people are questioning what Cardi B is really feeling behind the scenes. Because you can stay quiet for only so long before that silence starts to look like pain instead of strength. And if this really is Stefon Diggs sliding back into something from his past while still standing next to Cardi B, then this story isn't ending peacefully. It's building towards something dramatic, something public, and something nobody will be able to ignore once it finally explodes. There with the baby. It was Stefon Diggs showing up there with the baby, rocking that beanie stamped Snoop. Like it was Stefon Diggs stepping out in full game day gear with the baby wearing a matching jersey. That's exactly what it was. But I already know somebody in my comments gonna chirp like, why can't she bring the baby to support Cardi B? Do you honestly know anyone not in a relationship with their partner who has her bringing a newborn out just to cheer them on? No. That baby not even going to remember the moment. She wasn't there for that. She showed up for her man. Let's be real. That's exactly why Stefon Diggs keeps posting only that baby, because him and Cardi B are clearly back locked in. And again, this ain't confirmed. This is just my opinion, and everybody is entitled to think what they want. Not only is Cardi B cool with Stefon Diggs, but she's also clearly supportive, showing up and holding space. You see that energy? That's her dedication. So out of everything happening, it looks like those two are solid and clearly in sync. Interesting. But I also wanted to touch on Cardi B for a second. So people kept flooding my comments going crazy over the situation, claiming things that aren't true and questioning authenticity. Babe, no, that is absolutely Cardi B. She was physically present, fully engaged in the moment. She just decided to capture it in her way, posting clips that show the behind-the-scenes energy, and it's clearly her. Let's actually watch the clip. I'm about to cry.
Can't stop being song, stop pointing to your head.
That's clearly Stefon Diggs. He's literally right there supporting Cardi B. Like, I genuinely don't get why people are making such a huge deal out of this. I've never seen someone get this much scrutiny while managing so much. It's honestly wild how intense folks are getting. You can see the hand, right? The exact same tattoo. You even saw him behind her helping set the scene. Let's be real, if she was desperate to show him, she would have easily done that. They've shared the stage before. So what exactly is the problem? I also caught chatter online earlier saying nonsense about Cardi B's tour or plans. That's completely false. Go check it yourself. Everything is moving forward as planned. Nothing has changed. Big moments are still happening. I don't know what's fueling this hate toward Cardi B, but it's spiraling out of control. Okay, now I want to get into the pretty and petty challenge that Cardi B has been doing on tour. If you don't know, she performs that line, "Name 5 be a song pow pow pointed to your head by your dad." And yeah, I'm saying pow pow because I can't say the actual word. So right after she says that, she goes silent trying to recreate the Beyoncé mute challenge, and then she'll say, "Y'all won" or "Y'all eliminated." If anyone makes noise, she calls it out like, "Y'all eliminated." Then the beat cuts. Bow. You're dead. Right. Anyways, people were going back and forth yesterday on Instagram arguing, saying, how did they win if they talked? Others were like, they won because they were the quietest. And then some were like, no, you win if you say "by your dad" at the same time as Cardi B. And I'm just like, are y'all even thinking? Because how could she say y'all won before she even reaches the part where she says "by your dad"? Like, people are really not using their heads. So she ended up posting a clip explaining the rules, and it's exactly what I said. But first, I want y'all to watch her actually do the challenge on tour, because she did it recently in Chicago, and she clearly said they won. And now everybody's confused, asking, how did they win? How did they win if people were talking? You won.
So how was your show?
So it was amazing, actually. One thing that a lot of people don't know, that I have to literally go to sleep after the show, so I could literally be able to hear properly, because I can't really hear much.
You think they were loud in here or the show yesterday?
Huh?
You think they were loud in here or the show yesterday?
I really feel like Denver and Detroit was the loudest, but they won the Pretty and Petty Challenge. Chicago definitely didn't beat Detroit.
So how was your show?
So it was Chicago definitely didn't beat Detroit.
All right, so y'all heard that clearly she said they won. But you can still hear people making noise. So I don't get how they pulled that off. And that right there proves you don't win by saying "bow your dad" at the same time as her, because why would she announce the win before even reaching that part? Right, people really be acting clueless, I swear. But anyway, someone actually caught Cardi B backstage, and there's a real reason she couldn't hear those people talking. Maybe these shows are messing with her hearing, and she genuinely can't hear like that. Watch this. Okay, y'all heard her right there. She explained it herself what the challenge really is. It's not about saying bow at the same moment as her. It's about which crowd stays the quietest. And she literally said Chicago was the quietest. Okay, but yeah, these performances are definitely affecting her hearing, and that's honestly concerning. But I want to know how y'all feel about all this. What's your take on Cardi B and Stefon Diggs being so in sync? What do you think about the bond between them? Do you really think that's just friendship, or is there something deeper going on? I don't know, I really don't know. Drop your thoughts below. Talk to me, I respond back. Make sure you like the video, show love, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.